welcome back to Unmuted. Happy 1-year anniversary! I am so beyond blessed about everything that's happened in the past year. It's crazy to even say it's been a year. I want to thank everyone, past guests, Pastor Hutchins, for giving me this amazing opportunity. I've learned so much. The media team, such as Isaac, who's right there, MJ, Gary for the amazing audio, Steven, who's not here today, but he's definitely helped out and been such a big help. And just everyone for all your support and supporting me through this whole journey. I honestly didn't even know it was going to be the 1 year. It's gone by so fast until my mom's like, hey, what are you doing for your 1-year anniversary? Like, it's been crazy. I've learned so much and such a blessing, and I'm really sad that I'm leaving soon for college, but I am definitely going to be taking Unmuted with me to college and hopefully kind of setting up there, coming back to church and doing some episodes here. But in honor of this episode, I've brought back some past and previous guests. Do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Paige.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Connor.
I'm Josh.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Maddie.
All right, so we're going to get into like your specific episodes, but for now, do y'all want to tell us what y'all did over the summer? Because summer's coming to end, school's about to start. So like, what's some fun stuff y'all have done over the summer? Anything?
Well, my family are big cruisers, so we went on a cruise just a few weeks ago, and we went to the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos, and the Dominican Republic, and it was so fun. All three places are so beautiful. The Dominican Republic, beautiful mountains. It is so gorgeous, crystal clear water. It was so much fun.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
It was on the Mardi Gras. Yeah.
That's so fun. Anyone else?
I haven't done much this summer, but I'm going to Hawaii and then Alaska in a few days for
Wow.
my graduation trip, so that's going to be fun.
That's awesome. Anything
Well,
fun?
Yeah, same kind of as Connor. I haven't really been doing too much. I've just been kind of working all that, saving up money for college and all that.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been working a lot. And then been just preparing, getting everything ready, getting all my dorm stuff and all that. So yeah.
Aw.
Maddie, where'd you go?
I went to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. It is my favorite vacation spot ever. This is my second year going and with a bunch of friends, and it was so much fun.
Awesome. So in honor of the 1 year, I brought back these amazing past guests, and we're going to get into, we're going to go one-on-one and get into their specific episodes, you know, what they've enjoyed about it, being on Unmuted. Some of them have been on multiple, so what kept them coming back, and what the future holds for them. So let's cut to that. All right, so first we have Casey. So Casey, you were on episode 16, and you're with Elise. When you were on, we talked about different topics, such as like cheer, our thoughts on tattoos, what we're grateful for, all this random stuff. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. But what was your favorite part about being on Unmuted?
I really loved the opportunity to just get to like sit with my friends and have good conversations and get to answer questions and be a part of Unmuted. So,
Was there anything you were nervous about?
I was honestly nervous about messing up on the way I'm speaking and like stumbling on my words, but I ended up doing pretty good. So.
Yeah, y'all did awesome. It was really fun. I really enjoyed the episode. All right, so what is Casey's plans for college? Where are you going?
So I'll be at the University of Arkansas in the fall. Yeah.
What are you excited about, nervous about?
I'm nervous about classes. I know that they're big classes. I think one of my classes has like 475 people in it.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
insane, yeah. So I'm nervous about like meeting my professors and really getting on like a personal level with them just so I can really learn. But
right.
I don't know. That's probably what I'm most nervous
Yeah,
about.
especially with so many people.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
That'll be so fun though. I totally just forgot this. You are rushing.
Yes.
I know. Okay, I didn't even know what that was at first, and I'm sure some people in the audience don't know what rushing is. Can you explain what that is to us?
So rushing is it's recruitment, and it's when you join a sorority. And sororities are basically groups of girls that help. It's like sisterhood, and then you can do like they help their philanthropies, and so you volunteer for different organizations like St. Jude and Make-A-Wish Foundation. So
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So when do you leave?
I leave August 11th. So
That's exciting. But you're rooming with a familiar friend of ours.
One of our cheer friends, Hayden.
That's exciting. That must be like something like comforting though.
Oh,
So you're
it
not
so
going
is.
super far away from home with someone you don't know.
Right.
That's really exciting.
Yep.
So looking back, is there anything you're gonna miss from high school?
I don't know. Maybe the size of the classrooms, because then you get to get personal with the teachers. But I don't know. High school was not my favorite.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for this new chapter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's some advice you wish you could give to your younger self? Maybe something that someone else could use. Maybe they're struggling with that right now.
I would probably say just to be more outgoing, and that people are just people, and you don't have to worry about what other people think about you, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All that matters is that you're happy.
100%. And I think you represented that really well, though, because you always were getting most spirited, most outgoing. So,
Thank you.
You did a really good job, and I'm really happy to call you my friend.
Thank
and I
you.
hope we can stay that way, even though you're going so
Yes,
far
of course.
away.
No, I will keep in touch.
But
I
I'm really
promise.
excited for you, and you're going to tell me how Russian goes.
Oh, I
'cause That
will,
sounds
I
so
will.
fun.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on episode 16 and now
Of course.
episode 41. And I
Yes.
hope you have the best time in college.
Thank you.
All right, Maddie Shaw. So you have been here multiple occasions. We have episode 4 where we talked about theater, episode 5 where you talked about your dad and overcoming that and staying strong with your faith. Episode 14, I think that's where you took over and you hosted. We have episode 25, and honestly, probably so many more. What have you enjoyed most? Because you've been here multiple times. What's your favorite part about being on Unmuted?
Oh, I love the community here. It's like, you're here, it's professional, it's loving, it's a very good environment to just work in and feel comfortable talking about like hard things or even just fun things with.
Was there any I know with episode 5, it was a tough topic for you, but I know it probably helped maybe people going through the same situation. Was there any feedback you got from that, or?
Maybe not feedback directly, but I feel like it gave me the confidence to reach out to other people who may have gone through the same situation or something similar. So definitely talking about it gave me a lot more confidence to help others.
So people might not know this, but you did not graduate. You're going to be a senior.
Yeah.
How's that? Are you excited? Are you kind of just done with it?
I just sent in 2 college applications, so I'm ready to go, to be honest. It's like when most of my friends, the majority of my friends are seniors, so it felt this year like I had already kind of gone through senior year, but I haven't yet. So it's kind of that reality that I am a senior this year. So I'm excited, but I'm also, of course, sad that my friends are going to college, but it's more of an excitement of I'm ready to leave too, if that makes sense.
Is there any going through and following all of your senior friends, is there anything you've learned now and you're okay, going into my senior year, I know not to do this or to do this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all have taught me so much about senior year, getting ready for senior picnics and what you need to do, senior pictures, I need to get this done, senior graduation. Yeah. There's so much stuff that I just have watched y'all do and then just kind of think, okay, well, I need to get it kind of prepares you for it.
Yeah. So you are playing a big leadership role your senior year with theater. You are the theater president. What's are you nervous about that? Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I just want to have a good year. Like I said, I love being organized and stuff and getting things done on time. So I feel like this kind of be a good way to get my mind off of not having as many close friends there with me, just kind of working on my job and getting things done that I need to get done.
So speaking of a job, you just recently got hired for a dream job.
Yeah.
Would I say?
Yeah.
And you worked your first day on Monday, yesterday. How was that?
It was amazing. So I love animals. I've always have loved animals. And I got a job at a vet clinic, which is really awesome. And I love the staff. Even the first day, they were awesome.
Yeah.
I got to watch so many cool things. I'm just so excited to learn.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I know y'all are starting our show for the first show of the year. And y'all had rehearsals today. How'd that go?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep talking it's weird without my friends, but I know I'm going to make new friends, but it's just it's kind of that. It's that slow start. It's that, I just want to get moving, get going. So it was nice to start it today, but it was weird. It was different, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, I know you're gonna do. I mean, it's a huge role, but you can definitely handle that. And I know, nothing's going to stop you. You're going to do awesome. You're going to strive. So is there any advice you'd give to, you're still kind of going through the high school, but is there any advice you wish you could give to your younger self?
If I could talk to my freshman self, I know a lot of people are like, you need to focus on some fun things too. But me personally, like wanting to either go into medicine, whether it's animal medicine or human medicine, I would say try harder in school. That's something like you think, oh, it's fine. But getting into college and you're not top 10%, it's like you limit yourself. So I would say try harder, work with those grades. Like it really does matter.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know you've been on so many episodes before, and this probably won't be your last one. I guarantee you'll be back again. But thank you so much for everything you've done for Unmuted, coming and supporting me all the time. I don't think the audience knows. Like, it'll be last minute, and I'm like, Maddie, I need you, and you're on your way. So I thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you.
I'm really excited to see your senior year.
And I'm excited to see you in college doing everything that you're going to do.
Thank you. All right, we have Connor Flood with us. Connor has been on episode 4, where we talked about theater, stereotypes, and then episode 6, where you told us about your past, something that people didn't really know about you, because on social media you got a bunch of followers, but you talk about fashion there, so no one really knew that. So you got to talk about that and how you've overcome that. We have episode 26 and 27, where it's atheists versus Christians. So you've been on multiple episodes. So I remember you mentioning to me that you've gotten a lot of feedback from episode 6, where you talked about your past. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I got, first of all, that video ended up getting way more views than I expected, to be honest. Yeah. And I got probably between 15 and 20 people reaching out to me with like whole paragraphs about, something similar that they'd been through. Mm-hmm. And some people said that hearing that really helped them. And it was extremely encouraging, because that was my reason for doing it. Because I had, previous to that, I don't know if it was made clear in the video, but previous to that, my friends didn't even know about a lot of that stuff. Like that was my first time really opening up about it. Mm-hmm. And that was it was pretty crazy how many people it actually ended up helping.
Yeah, it was amazing. I remember you coming to me and telling me that, and I was like, that's awesome, because you don't really, it's nerve-wracking going in, I'm sure, but then, getting the feedback you got, it's like, wow, I really helped a lot of people that I didn't even know I would help. So that was awesome, and I really enjoyed talking to you about that, and I'm glad that you were able to talk to me about that. But so, looking back on episode 4, this was your first episode you were on. Mm-hmm. Were you nervous going into that? What were your thoughts? Like,
not really.
Well, you do TikTok, so you're in front of a camera all the time.
I was very active on TikTok at the time, so I had no issues being in front of a camera talking. So I just kind of did my thing. Yeah,
that was awesome. So now tell us, what is next for Connor Flood? What does the future hold for you?
Another really random thing in my series of very random things I've done in my life. I am going into the Army with an option 40 contract to be an Army Ranger.
So, okay, I have a question. What made you choose that? Because I remember talking to you before, it was, I'm going to continue social media, I'm going to go along that path, see where it takes me. What from then to now has changed your mind? Well,
I kind of just realized that I was burned out. Mm-hmm. And TikTok and really any kind of social media thing, like I'm the type of person just in general, like if I really don't if I'm not passionate about something, I just don't do good at it. Mm-hmm. And I was starting to lose my passion for it. And it's really hard to fake. It's not like a 9-to-5 job where you can just kind of come in, clock in, do what you need to do and leave. Yeah. TikTok, you have to like be actively thinking of ideas, what's next. Mm-hmm. And it really shows through when you care about what you're saying. Yeah. And I just kind of lost that. Mm-hmm. And I do genuinely think at some point in the future, I'm going to land in the entertainment industry of some kind, because that's what I've always done. That's what I've always been good at. And but I think for now, I want to go off and do something really unique, something really cool, and do something really different for the first part of my life.
I mean, I agree with you too. I was like, I'm glad that he wants to do this, and that if that's what he wants to do, that's awesome. But I was like, he has so much, like his fashion, everything. I was like, I am so upset that he is leaving that all behind right now and going to do this. But I was like, if that makes him happy, but I do believe that in the future you'll be in entertainment because you're really good at it and you're really good at like talking to people and being in front of camera. So but going into the Army, is there anything that you're hoping you can learn or something you're excited about going into it?
I'm just really excited about getting a whole bunch of really unique experiences, and I think it's going to teach me a lot about who I am and what I'm capable of, and just generally a lot of really good life skills that I think I've maybe lacked so far that maybe I can gain by being in the Army.
I don't want to say I'm excited for you, nervous as a friend, but I'm really excited that it's something that you're excited to go do and you're ready to go do. And when do you leave?
September 26th.
September. So, and then you're taking big trips before you go. So that's really exciting. Hawaii. Did you say Alaska?
Hawaii and Alaska.
Wow,
yes.
that'll be really exciting. So now looking back, is there any advice you wish you could tell your younger self?
That's a hard question. I would say, especially like going into high school, I really had no idea who I was at all, and I ended up kind of learning as I went through and I graduated. I've kind of began to find myself, and that's definitely what kind of led to my weird obsession with like style and stuff like that. Is I just didn't know who I was, and I had to like find some way to be different and be interesting. And so I guess the advice I would give to my younger self is don't be too serious about things, and just kind of live your life and understand that you don't know everything right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so we have Paige with us. Paige, you've been on episode 4 where we talked about theater, stereotypes. You've been on episode 26 and 27 where we talked about Christians versus atheists. And now you're back for episode 41, which is crazy. What do you enjoy most about being on Unmuted?
I think I really like it because it gives younger people, teens, wide age range, a voice that we don't have a lot of the time, besides talking to our family or people that we're close to. Because I think a lot of people, not a lot of older people, a little bit of older people, sometimes look at teenagers and think like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They're still young. They're going through life. But I think Unmuted kind of gives teenagers a platform to speak their truth and talk about life and not feel judged or feel like they are going to be belittled or anything like that.
Yeah. I love that you think that because that's like, that's our goal. So I'm glad that it's coming off that way. I'm really excited. You've basically been the whole journey from the beginning, episode 4, the middle, 26, 27, and now 1 year, so episode 41. So I'm really glad. On episode 4, we talked about theater, and you just finished a show over the summer. How did that go?
It was really fun. It was also very stressful because it was a camp. So we did it all in 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And it was weird because I'm so used to high school theater and being with our group. And it was like, I would kind of look around the corner and expect to see you or Maddie and it'd be like other people. But it was kind of nice because it was the theater I used to do theater at when I was like 7. So it was kind of, I guess, refreshing to be back with people I grew up with.
Yeah.
So, it was really fun.
That's exciting. So where are you planning on going to college?
I'm going to Lone Star, Tomball,
Yeah.
for elementary education.
That's exciting. So what got you interested into education?
I think, I'm the oldest cousin and older sister. And so my whole life I've been thrown into here, help with this kid.
Yeah.
So I think from a young age, I've just been used to being around kids. And my Nana served in the kids ministry at church. So did my mom. So did my dad for a little bit. So like my whole family.
Yeah.
So I was constantly with younger kids. And by the time I was in 6th grade, the church was like, here, serve in VBS with all the kids.
Yeah.
So it's just been my whole life.
Yeah.
And I just feel called to being around kids. And I love just hanging out with them. And I just love how pure and innocent and excited they are. And it just makes me excited. And it's so much fun. I just love kids.
That is fun. I was going to say, they always say it takes like a certain person to like teach little kids, which I could definitely see you doing that. But are you staying home?
I am.
You are. So are you going to be continuing doing theater or?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a vocal coach that did Broadway. She did Broadway tours and she was in the professional opera world. And so she has a lot of connections. So she's really good about getting me auditions. And I'm auditioning for another show like 3 weeks on the 28th. So I don't know when this is coming out, but it's on the 28th. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. And
That is
then
exciting.
whatever happens, whatever I have time for in the future, I definitely want to keep doing it.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, you said you feel called to do education, but I'm like, every time you sing or anything, I'm like, I think I wrote in your yearbook too. I'm like, I hope one day you're performing in Disney or performing somewhere because your voice is too pretty to not use. So if you were ever to get the opportunity to like, cause I know you're a crazy Disney person, like me too. Would you ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely would. I think it's hard because it is in Florida.
Yes.
But if I got the chance to be like Belle or Ariel and they were like, hey, can you come sing for us? I would drop everything so fast.
Yeah.
But I do want to do the Disney College program. And that's partly the reason why I'm doing
ask you about
Lone
that. If you're
Star.
still doing it. You are.
Just because it's easier. I think community college, not that it's any less important than a 4-year, but I think it's the classes are more flexible.
Yeah.
And you're not on like such a set plan. It's community college is more for like if you have to work or if you have other things going on, like you can adjust your classes to that.
Yeah.
So sometime in the middle of my associate's degree, I do want to move to Florida and work. And if I happen to get a contract to perform, I wouldn't complain.
That's really exciting. But now looking back on to high school, is there any advice you wish you could tell your younger self if it is in high school, maybe middle school, maybe elementary school? You're like, I wish I knew that.
I think it's okay to just watch and be quiet because being raised in theater, I talk a lot and we were raised to be the one person in the room that directors or people just always like your attention's drawn to them. And I think being raised in that, I kind of brought it into my personal life. So being at like parties, being just at like different social events, I was always really loud. And if there was something going on, like I had to throw myself in the middle of it. And I think that's where a lot of my like, I don't want to like drama, I guess, came from just because I had to be involved in everything. Like it's like FOMO, I guess, in like some weird way.
I don't think it's a bad thing though. I think I'd rather be loud and out there than like not talking to anybody and like being behind. But I do see where you come from. Like sit back when like in certain situations where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything.
And like at church, it's okay to be loud and be that one person that's like, hey, I haven't met you before. But like in the middle of a school hallway, people don't need to see you.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad you've been to this like whole journey with me this year. And I'm really excited to see what you'll still be here when I come home. So maybe we can like hang out. So I'm glad you're not going too far away. But yeah, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. And thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. It was so much fun.
All right, we have Josh here. Josh, you were on episode 4, one of the very first episodes, which was towards the basically the beginning of the year of our senior year of high school. Which is literally 11 months ago, almost a year ago. What have you learned throughout your senior year?
I think I've learned like a lot more about like how to really make good connections with people and all that. And I've kind of learned about like which friends I need, maybe like which friends I don't and all that, and which people are helping me like go through life. And I think I've realized that, and that's made me more prepared for moving on from high school and going on into like college and my future plans and all that. So more just about like the people and all that I really need in my life to take me forward.
So. I totally agree with that. You know, learning who to be around, who to stay away from. You mentioned college.
Yes.
Where is Josh going to college?
Josh is going to Texas A&M.
Wow.
So
are you excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. I've heard very good things. Gig'em.
Woo! Horns up.
Oh yeah. No, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be a whole new experience. Obviously, I'm nervous, a little bit. Like it's just like a little bit of like excitement and anxiety about it, but mostly excitement because I feel like I'm ready to go on to the next chapter in my life.
Yes.
Because high school was great.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but I feel like I'm ready to move on, get to college, meet new people. I want to have some new experiences. Really get to start delving into like what I really want to do in life and all that. So I'm looking forward to a lot, especially meeting new people. I love to meet new people. I'm a very like extroverted person, so I love meeting new people, talking to them. So I cannot wait to make some new friends.
We were talking about this earlier, or the other day. We were talking about how like just start the new chapter of our lives, like. It's kind of like, what do we do right now? We're like not in high school, but we're not really in college.
It's like the
yet.
little in-between part where you don't really know what you're doing.
A little space. We're like, okay, is it almost time to go yet?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to meet new people too. And so what are you majoring in?
I am A&M. I hope to go into either aerospace engineering or biomedical engineering.
Wow.
But for my first year in A&M, it's a general course for engineering. So everyone takes like the same kind of classes.
Yeah.
End of the year, depends on your GPA, you get into whichever school they put you in. You make like a list of ranks and all that, and you list the different colleges in engineering.
Yeah.
So I hope to get in aerospace or biomedical. I love everything about space since I was little. I just think it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I'd love to build. I'd love to work for like NASA or something like that. That's the big dream.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or biomedical because my sister's going into medical.
Oh wow.
So she's kind of let me know a little bit about things medical. So I thought that'd be pretty cool as well. So that's hopefully what I get to go into.
To me, though, that's a lot of math, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of staring at a paper and wondering what does this equation mean. But I like math. I like science. So
that's awesome.
I think I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even though it's a lot of me sitting in my room getting frustrated, probably. But it's fine. I'll get through it.
Yeah. No, that sounds. I mean, I don't think I could do that. But are there any nerves going into that? Like, what are you nervous about?
I'm definitely nervous about getting behind. Maybe not like getting set on the college life completely. Maybe just like not being able to like understand like really what's fully going on and all that. Yeah. I'm just scared. That's the only thing I'm really nervous about. Maybe moving in and just hating college. Yeah. And like thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I never came here and stuff like that. And like this is gonna be like so bad. But that's like a little part of my brain. Yeah. The most of me is like this is gonna be great. I can't wait. I'm so ready for this. Yeah. And everything like that. So I have these little doubts back in my head, but I think they'll start to go away as the weeks go by.
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone has a little like doubts, like, oh my gosh, what if I hate it?
Yeah, it's just I just keep creeps in the back of your head, but it'll go away. It'll go away as I get more into the first semester. Yeah, exactly. I meet new people and all that, because that's what I'm most nervous about. Like, what if no one likes me? Yeah, but I think I'll be okay. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Is there anything you're gonna miss from high school?
The people.
Yeah.
I made a lot of good friends in high school, and quite a few of them are not really like my age. They're a little bit younger than me. Yeah. Like I made quite a few friends with sophomores and juniors and all that. So moving on from them, it was kind of sad at the end of the year because I was like, I know you guys so well, and it sucks we're not going to hang out as much as we used to. Yeah. But I know I'll come back and I'll get to see them. So I was kind of sad about that. I was also sad about, so I'm a twin. I have a twin sister. Her name's Megan. You're watching this, Megan. Hi. So she is going to University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Wow.
So she's going to go and she wants to go and be a PA. She wants to work in like women's health. So me and her are like really, really close. Yeah. So like going away from her, like, cause we see each other like every day, and she's a knucklehead. I love her. But being away from her for like extended period of time, that's gonna be kind of hard because we're like really close. We tell each other a lot, so it's gonna be hard for that. But I'll be calling her every night, so she'll be fine. Yeah, every week, something like that, because she'll probably be annoying me anyway. So.
Well, I'm excited for you going to A&M, College Station, and doing what you love to do. Yeah. But looking back onto high school or middle school or just before now, is there any advice you wish you could have told yourself?
Do the things you love. When I was early in high school, I kind of thought badly. So the main way I made friends is I was in theater for almost 3 years. My freshman year and halfway through my sophomore year, I thought it was weird and I looked at the kids and I was like, oh, you guys are so crazy and weird. I can never do that.
Yeah.
And I soon realized that it was actually something that is really fun and that I love doing. I'm not doing it in college or anything like that, but it was something that I really enjoy as a hobby for those 3 years in high school, and it helped me make friends, help me reach out, help me become more of a sociable person, because before that, maybe I wasn't the most sociable. I was a little more reserved. So I would tell myself really just to reach out, talk to people, get to know people who maybe you wouldn't think you would like, but in the end, you actually become really good friends with.
Yes.
So I would definitely tell myself, just don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Right? And don't judge people like that, because everyone has their own ways of doing things, and everyone is so different and unique, and it's so nice to meet all of them.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to myself.
I definitely back that up. But thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
From episode 4 to episode 41.
I know, it's
awesome.
been a little while.
That's awesome. No, but I'm excited that you came back and you agreed to come back. But yeah, thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you for having me. It was great.
All right. So we have Jacob Brown with us. Jacob, you were on episode 10 with us with our friend Sarah, where you talked to us about the pressures of high school classes, schoolwork, and applying for colleges. After the episode, what were your first thoughts on Unmuted?
Well, I thought it was a really fun experience, first of all. It was a really great opportunity to just talk. And honestly, I think Unmuted is so cool because you get to hear from teenagers about teenage issues. And a lot of times, especially in like media and on social media, teen life is depicted very poorly and not actually what we experience. And so I think this show really helps actually portray what it is like to be a teenager today.
Yeah. Awesome. So I remember on that episode, you mentioned how many colleges you were applying to, which was a crazy amount. Do you have a specific amount of how many you applied to?
I applied to 12 colleges.
Gosh, I can only imagine the application fee.
Yes, it was crazy.
So do you have any advice for seniors now on the applying process, how to make it easier?
Yeah. I would say my biggest advice is to just I know a lot of us are procrastinators, but it really is so much easier if you just stay ahead of things and get things accomplished early, because waiting till like the day or two before a deadline is not fun, because some of the colleges I applied to had like 3, 4, 5 different writing prompts that you had to answer, and doing all that at one time can be just overwhelming. So it's very important that you kind of space out things and take your time. And in order to do that, you really have to manage your time well, and you have to think ahead, and you can't procrastinate. So that's my biggest advice, is just don't procrastinate. Just try your best to try to get things done before they're due, so that you can breathe when it's all done and you're proud of the work that you submit.
Yeah. So out of those 12 colleges you applied to, who was the lucky winner? Where are you going?
So I am going to William and Mary, which is a liberal arts college in Williamsburg, Virginia.
All right. So what helped you make that decision on that college?
So an important thing for me going into college was affordability, because I knew that I needed something that was affordable, or else I wasn't going to be able to go to college, or I'd have to go to like a small, like little state school. I was very fortunate with William and Mary to be offered a bunch of scholarships, a bunch of money that made William and Mary very feasible, especially compared to some schools that I did apply to in state. Also, I got selected to be in one of their honor programs, the James Monroe Scholars Program. And in that program, you have the ability to do undergraduate research and get a research stipend of your own. And that was really appealing to me, because one of my favorite things about high school was being able to research. And so having that opportunity to pursue research in college was so incredible for me. And so when I found that out, I already knew I loved the campus because I had visited it previously. And just with that, plus the affordability, it really was a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you nervous, excited?
Yes, I'm very nervous, because this is really my first time that I'm going to be like very far away from home.
Yeah.
And for a very long time, like I'm like over 1,000 miles away from home. I'm in a state that I've been to one time, in a city I've been to one time, with a bunch of people who I've never met before, and most of them who aren't even from Texas or have the same background as me.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nerve-wracking, and just like not being that close to family, like being like a 4-hour flight away is just, it's kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. But I mean, I know you're going to do awesome. I mean, that's a good place. So you had 12 and you're like, this is where I'm meant to be. You're going to do awesome. And you're majoring in, what is it again?
So right now I'm still trying to decide between English and history.
Okay. That is just, wow. You graduated top 2% of our class. How does that feel? Are you just like, I mean, it's whatever. Are you like, you feel amazing? Because to me, I'm like, wow.
I was very proud of myself for 4 years. I mean, I guess even more than 4 years, but for like 6-7 years, I've really been working my butt off to like get there, because it has always been my dream to go to college. Neither of my parents finished college. Like they stopped after 2 years. So for a long time, it's been my goal to go to college so that I could get my degree.
Yeah.
And so with that motivation, I really, really, really kept working, and it was definitely very stressful at times. I had a ton of stress because, of course, my course load was insane.
Yeah.
But in the end, it was so worth it. And I was so proud of myself when I found out where I was in the class. And it helped me get to where I am going today. And I just know that all that hard work, was worth it. And I'm just finally feeling that, and it just feels so good.
Yeah. Is there any advice you'd give to someone who maybe wants to be top 10% of their class, or taking a bunch of AP classes now and they're stressed out?
Yeah. So the thing is that we all have to realize is that we're going to have stress. Like, no matter what, something in one of our classes is just going to drive us crazy, and it's going to keep eating at us. So the important thing and the biggest advice that I can give is find ways to just relieve that stress, find ways to just breathe, because that is really how I got through this. Is I had to find things to really just stop thinking about school, stop working on school, and just focus on something completely different. Because my first 2 years of high school, I was not good at that at all. And that is probably when my stress and anxiety were at its peak. I really was just not trying to find that time. I was just burying myself in school.
Yeah.
So yeah, just find things to do that aren't school, because that's really what's going to help you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much from episode 10 to now, a year now of Unmuted. I'm very thankful, and I'm glad you agreed to come back.
Of course.
I'm glad I get to see you before you go far away. But thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, of course, no
I'm
problem.
excited for you and your future.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. It was really interesting seeing how everyone saw and how their experience was being on Unmuted and even coming back, and seeing what the future holds for them. And I'm so excited to see, what they do. And they're going to keep me updated on social media. I'll be watching y'all. And thank y'all so much for coming on. And it's kind of sad to think we'll probably never all film an episode together again. But I was really glad that I was able to spend this 1 year anniversary with all of y'all. So thank you so much. And make sure you subscribe, and tune in for these next couple Unmuteds where I'm going to be moving into college and getting settled there. I'm really excited. So thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe, and thank you so much for all the support over this past year. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow our Instagram, TikTok at Church of Champions Houston, and subscribe to the YouTube. If you have any stories you'd like to share, topics you'd want me to talk about, comment down below. Thank you. Have a great rest of your week.